Right then, boys and girls, welcome to another Cook Shed video. Now today's video was inspired by my mate Matthew, who has a keen interest in how we make burgers. So today what we're going to do is try and unravel the mysteries of the Highland Spice Aberdeen Angus McBurrito burger. Now if you wanted to, you could just get some mincemeat, roll it up into a ball, add a bit of salt to it, flatten it out, stick it in a frying pan and then bung it in a bun with some fried onions and scoff away to your heart's content, and it would be very, very nice indeed. But this is a Cook Shed video and we do not do things the way that everybody else does. So what I've got with me today are some leftover vegetables, and here we've got, as you can see, oops, thought we were going to have another accident then. So I got some celery. You'll notice I've chopped the top off the celery, and the reason that we do that is that you can then stand it up, and when you stand it up all the water runs out of the cracks and it stops it rotting and it lasts a lot longer. So we'll just put that there. We've got some locally produced peppers, we've got some red onions. Now you can use white onions or shallots, I just happen to have red, and that's the only reason I'm using them, because this is what I've got. And we've got some chopped parsley, and we've also got some garlic and some really nice fresh free range eggs, and you'll find out what we do that in a minute. But well, I thought I could hear something squeaking inside it then, but anyway, never mind. Right, so we'll just put this to one side and then have a look at what we've got in here, because in here is some leftover mashed potatoes, some leftover carrots and some leftover peas, and these are going to form the basis of some spud fritters to go with the super economy gristle burgers that we're going to make in a moment. Actually, they're not super economy gristle burgers, that's another video that I'm going to do a little bit later on. These are the Aberdeen Angus McBurrito burgers. Now, first thing we've got to do is to prep these vegetables, and I'm going to try and do it in about 20 or 30 seconds flat, really quickly. So in order to do that, I'm going to get my chopper out. Right, okay, I'm going to get my chopper out. Now, the more adventurous of you will know that choppers come in all shapes and sizes. So there's choppers like this, there's choppers like this, there's choppers like this. That's only a little tidgy one, but you know, sometimes you can do, size don't always matter. Also there are, if you're a Ray Mears fan or you like going out into the woods, there's choppers like this, you see, that's a Damascus steel chopper. And also there are choppers that look like this, and this is a vegetable chopper that you've probably seen in a video that we've made before. First of all, we'll do some peppers. They can go in there. We'll have a little bit of celery, that should be enough. We'll have a green pepper, one onion, one bulb of garlic, you've seen this trick before, how to peel garlic. All you do is you just twist it like that and see, skin comes straight off, perfect. Right. There's your mixed veg, and then into that we'll put this parsley. There you go. So we've got all that there in a bowl now, and what we're going to do is pop it into this and just chop it fine. So you can use an electric food processor if you like, But these are so much more fun, and they only cost a fiver in Morrison's. Oh yes, perfect. You can use this for all sorts of stuff. You can use it as a mirepoix for some posh soup making, perhaps with some lentils, or you could mix it with some chickpea flour and an egg and make some really nice pakoras and some spices as well. But for now, what I'm going to do is put this to one side, because we're now going to make the spud rissoles. I've left a little bit of this in the bowl because it'll do as a kind of a flavour base for the spud rissoles, which we're going to make out of leftovers. And here we have the leftovers. Some mashed potato, put it all in one tub to save room in the fridge. Mashed potato, underneath there's some carrots and some peas, and they're going just like that. There you go. That's all it is. And all we're going to do now is mix this together. So those of you that like doing patty cake or like this, don't forget your carrots are cooked, so they squash up, you see. There we go. Get your hands in there. Right, now into this we just need to add a little bit of seasoning. Bit of sea salt, just a touch of black pepper, and that's it. That's all it needs. And then to bind it, now this is optional. If you're a vegetarian, you can use a little bit of chickpea flour, which will bind it, or in this case I'm gonna, because I'm not a vegetarian, I'm gonna use an egg. So we'll just leave that to stand for a while I go and get myself a spoon. Right, just put a splash of oil in a pan. Okay, the oil's nice and hot now. Now look, you can see this has firmed up a little bit. So what we're going to do is just take a spoonful like this and then drop it in the oil. So as you can see, that's a bit of a disaster, isn't it? That's great if you want bubble and squeak. I'm going to try a bit anyway. Right, there goes. Oh, that's really nice. That is really, honestly, that is really nice. I didn't think I was going to like it, but it's really nice. Just give all this a bit of a wipe down because it's splattered all over the place. We splat the fat. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this, which is great bubble and squeak mix, but here's a bag of gram flour, and you remember I said you could use this to make pakoras, but you can also use it to stiffen up the mixture so we get more of a burger rissole type flavour. So I'm just going to put some gram flour into this mix, so you can see how that's stiffening everything up. Now that's a much more usable consistency. So let's try again. And then with the golden brown we just turn them out onto a bit of kitchen paper to drain. There we go. Let's make a few more. So there you have it, a bubble and squeak burger, or a mashed potato rissole, or call it what you like. Anyway, I'm just going to try it and see what it's like. That's really nice. I wasn't sure I was going to like it, but it's really nice. Very nice. So if you're watching, Matthew, this part of the show is especially for you. We're going to take the chopped vegetables that we made earlier on. We're going to take the minced beef, which is actually minced Aberdeen Angus beef, because if you remember we are making an Aberdeen Angus McBurrito burger. That's a mouthful, isn't it? It will be when it's fried. And so we'll pop that in there. And the secret to this is to use a subtle blend of Highland spicing, and this is the stuff that they would use if they were making the Aberdeen Angus McBurrito burger. Yes, Morrison's table salt and white pepper, subtly spice. Actually, there's a bit too much there. I'm going to take some off. Right. And some white pepper. There we go. And the final ingredient, we could use a Scotch egg, but it wouldn't mix with it, so we'll just use one of our local free range eggs. Voila! And that's your burger mix. This is one of those frying pans that has a little indicator in it. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a red dot in the middle of the pan, and when the pattern disappears and it just goes like a solid red, well, two red dots, you know it's warm enough to start cooking. It's clever, isn't it? Let's do some big ones. There. Quarter pounder. Drop the heat right down now because we don't want them to burn. They smell really nice because you've got all the smell of the celery and the peppers and the onion, and all that's mixing with the smell of the meat, and of course the extra special Highland spices, and it's just going to be delicious. Right, and these are just about done, so we'll turn them out, and don't matter if they go cold, you can warm them up on the grill again or stick them in the microwave. So there you have it, Aberdeen Angus McBurrito burgers.